This is a WECT Cape Fear Business Break.
Hello, thanks for joining us. I'm Megan Donahue. With me today is Dr. Richard Recco from Wilmington Wound Care and Podiatry Center. Thanks for joining us, Dr. Recco.
Megan, it's great to be here.
Why did you open the Wound Care Center?
Many years ago, when there wasn't any wound care at all in Wilmington, and we had a few patients that were having chronic diabetic heels, terrible wounds, we didn't know what to do with them. We didn't know where to go. So we kind of evolved into this wound care business because there was nowhere to send people. So over the years, we began to do more and more wound care, and as we did more and more wound care, we got more and more wound care to do, and so eventually we just kind of evolved into this wound care business.
Why did you decide to specialize in wound care?
Why did we decide? I think the specialty kind of decided we should. We didn't mean to, but we got good at it. We got results at it, found it very rewarding, and enjoyed it. And nobody else really cared about it, so we kept doing more and more of it. And through this evolution, we became a wound care center.
So what can a person expect when they come to the Wound Care Center?
Well, what can they can expect our undivided attention. They can expect that we're going to work our fannies off to help them. We're going to do whatever we can, however we can, to make them better. We look at them as a person. We know they have emotional needs, because usually by the time you come and see us, things are pretty lousy. So our job is to make you feel better psychologically and then physically, and then go after the physical ailment.
Wow. Now, how long have you been treating wounds?
About 20 years plus.
Okay, sounds like you know what you're doing.
Nah, getting the hang of it.
Thanks. Find out more by going to woundcarewilmington.com.
For more details, go to Health First on WECT.com. This is a WECT Cape Fear Business Break.
Hello, thanks for joining us. I'm Megan Donahue. With me today is Dr. Richard Recco from Wilmington Wound Care and Podiatry Center. Thanks for joining us, Dr. Recco.
Megan, it's great to be here.
What defines a difficult wound?
A difficult wound would be a wound that has been active or maybe treated for about a month without any signs of improving whatsoever. So then we need to maybe go on to some different therapies, more advanced therapies, and that's where we come in the Wound Care Center.
All right, well, what is it? I hear talk about these hyperbaric chambers. What are those?
Hyperbaric chamber is just a chamber that a patient goes into that puts in higher atmospheric pressures that tries to saturate the wound with more oxygen. These do have a place. They're a modality. They're not the first treatment, second or third tier treatment. They are a modality. I like to think of them as a modality before maybe an amputation, before a major surgery. They do work and they do have a place, but it's not the initial place. We use those later on.
Okay, so when someone walks into your clinic, what type of treatment plan?
Well, we're always hoping that they walk into the clinic, but most of them are carried in. We're hoping they'll walk out of the clinic.
Right.
What do they look for, or what are they going to be? The first thing is an extensive evaluation. We go over everything. We go over skin, we go over vascular, we go over neurological. Jean looks at them. Everybody looks at them. Michelle looks at them. And we all sit down and we look and try and find a treatment plan. And then we go into treatment.
Okay, great. Folks will get more information by giving your office a call or going to your website at woundcarewilmington.com.
For more details, go to Health First on WECT.com. This is a WECT Cape Fear Business Break.
Hello, thanks for joining us. I'm Megan Donahue. With me today is Dr. Richard Recco from Wilmington Wound Care and Podiatry Center. Thanks for being here, Dr. Recco.
Great to be here, Megan.
How do you treat wounds?
Well, each wound has to be treated as its own entity. We have to evaluate the vascular status, the wound status. Is it infected? Is it not infected? What is the person like? What is their capabilities? Can they walk? Don't they walk? So by the time we're done with the initial visit, we're actually looking at that wound and the person who's along with that wound to see what we can do to get the wound to solve, to get the wound to heal.
Well, when would you operate?
We would operate obviously, when all the tests are in and we find out what we need to do, we're not going to operate before we have all the tests in from the other specialties, making sure that what we do is the right thing. Operations really have to be part of the overall treatment plan.
So when do you amputate?
Amputation is last resort. When the person has a very sick limb, when the limb can't be salvaged, when there's gangrene, when it's terribly infected, and it has to be removed for the benefit of the patient.
All right. What would you say is the most rewarding part of your practice?
Obviously, it's the people and the successes. And sometimes there's failures, and those lead to amputations, but sometimes that failure can be a success. And so you have to be with the patient. They become part of your family, and you become part of their family, because you see them for many, many months before it's over with. You see them for a long time.
All right, so the future of wound care is looking great, huh?
Oh, wound care is amazing. We got artificial skin, we've got stem cells, we've got everything.
Great. Find out more by going to woundcarewilmington.com.
For more details, go to healthfirst on WECT.com.